Hello and welcome. I'm really glad you are here today. In this episode, we will talk honestly about hard work and success in real life. Many people work very hard every day, but still feel stuck and tired. They ask themselves a quiet question: why am I working so hard? But nothing is really changing. From a young age, we are taught one simple idea: if you work hard, you will succeed. This idea sounds fair and comforting. But real life is often more complicated than this. Hard work is important, but it is not the full story. Many people work hard in the wrong direction. They repeat the same actions again and again. They stay busy, but they do not move forward. Being busy feels productive. Long hours feel meaningful. But effort without direction can waste energy slowly. This is why some people feel exhausted, not fulfilled. Successful people also work hard, but they work with clarity. They know why they are doing what they are doing. They adjust when something is not working. People who struggle often continue without reflection. They push harder instead of changing strategy. When results do not appear, they blame themselves. This creates stress and self-doubt. Another important difference is awareness. Successful people pay attention to results. They ask simple questions. Is this action helping me move forward? Others avoid these questions. They fear discovering that effort is being wasted. So they continue doing what feels familiar. Familiar actions feel safe, even when they fail. Hard work also needs rest and balance. Without rest, effort becomes heavy and emotional. Tired minds make poor decisions. Poor decisions slow progress even more. Some people believe resting is weakness. They feel guilty when they stop. But rest is not stopping. Rest is part of staying consistent long-term. Another reason hard work fails is lack of focus. Doing too many things at the same time divides energy. Energy divided too much loses strength. Focus gives effort power and direction. Successful people choose fewer goals. They protect their attention carefully. They say no often. This allows real progress to happen. Others say yes to everything. They try to do too much. This creates stress and confusion. Confusion hides real progress. Hard work without patience is also dangerous. Results take time to appear. When results are slow, many people quit early. They stop just before improvement begins. Progress is often invisible at the beginning. This is where trust is required. Trust in effort. Trust in time. As we continue, we will look deeper at direction, habits, and awareness. We will explore why working smarter matters more than working harder, and how small changes can transform effort into results. As we go deeper into this idea, the picture starts to become clearer and more honest. Hard work becomes powerful only when it is guided by direction and awareness. Without direction, effort turns into movement without progress. You move a lot, but you stay in the same place emotionally and practically. Many people confuse effort with effectiveness. They believe that more hours automatically mean better results. But time alone does not guarantee improvement or growth. What matters is how that time is used every single day. Successful people stop regularly and reflect on their actions. They ask if their effort is creating the results they want. When something does not work, they change the approach calmly. They do not attach their identity to one method or habit. People who struggle often repeat the same actions for years. They work harder instead of working differently. This creates physical tiredness and emotional frustration. Frustration slowly turns into doubt and loss of confidence. Another important difference is learning from experience. Successful people treat mistakes as feedback, not failure. They observe what went wrong and adjust without self-judgment. This attitude keeps progress moving forward steadily. Others see mistakes as proof that they are not good enough. This belief creates fear and hesitation. Fear then reduces action and consistency. Without consistency, hard work loses its power. Hard work also needs a clear priority. Doing everything at the same time weakens focus. Focus allows effort to go deeper instead of wider. Depth creates real skill and long-term improvement. Successful people choose one main direction at a time. They commit to it fully for a long period. They allow progress to grow slowly and naturally. This commitment builds confidence over time. People who struggle often change direction too quickly. They jump from one idea to another. They chase new methods instead of mastering one. This keeps them busy, but unfulfilled. Another reason hard work fails is emotional pressure. When people push themselves with fear and guilt, energy disappears. Pressure creates resistance, not progress. Progress needs calm effort and patience. Successful people know when to push and when to pause. They respect their limits without giving up their goals. This balance helps them stay in the journey longer. Long journeys require sustainable effort, not extreme intensity. Others push too hard at the beginning. They give everything in a short time. Then exhaustion arrives quietly. Exhaustion makes stopping feel necessary. Hard work without clarity also creates confusion. Confusion makes decisions harder and slower. Slow decisions reduce momentum. Without momentum, progress feels impossible. Successful people simplify their work. They remove what is unnecessary. They focus on what truly matters. Simplicity makes effort more effective. People who struggle often add more tasks. They think more effort will fix the problem. But more tasks create more noise. Noise hides what really needs attention. Another difference is how people measure success. Successful people measure progress, not perfection. They notice small improvements. These improvements motivate them to continue. Others wait for big results. When big results do not appear, they feel defeated. They ignore small progress completely. Ignoring progress kills motivation slowly. Hard work becomes meaningful when it is aligned with purpose. When effort has meaning, it feels lighter. Meaning gives strength during difficult days. Without meaning, effort feels heavy and endless. As we continue exploring this idea, we begin to understand that effort must be guided wisely. Hard work is a tool, not a guarantee, and learning how to use it changes everything. As this idea continues to unfold, the role of direction becomes even more important. Hard work starts to matter only when effort moves towards something clear and intentional. Without intention, energy spreads thin and loses strength over time. You feel busy all day, but progress remains slow and frustrating. Successful people learn to pause and observe their own behavior. They look at results honestly, without blaming or emotional reactions. This honesty allows them to see what works and what does not. Seeing clearly is the first step toward meaningful improvement. People who struggle often avoid reflection. Reflection feels uncomfortable because it reveals wasted effort. Instead of reflecting, they stay busy to avoid uncomfortable truth. Busyness becomes a way to escape awareness. Another key difference is how people respond to feedback. Successful people listen to feedback calmly and without defense. They separate feedback from their identity. This separation protects confidence while allowing growth. Others take feedback personally and emotionally. They feel attacked or discouraged. This emotional reaction blocks learning. Learning stops when emotions take control. Hard work also needs flexibility to stay effective. Rigid effort breaks when reality changes. Flexible effort adapts and survives challenges. Adaptation keeps progress alive during difficulty. Successful people change strategies without changing commitment. They stay loyal to the goal, not the method. This mindset allows adjustment without quitting. Adjustment is often the key to breakthroughs. People who struggle often do the opposite. They change goals quickly, but keep ineffective habits. This creates confusion and loss of direction. Without direction, effort loses meaning. Another reason hard work fails is emotional attachment to struggle. Some people believe struggle itself means progress. They suffer and feel proud of suffering. But suffering alone does not create results. Successful people respect effort, but they value results more. They aim to reduce unnecessary struggle. Efficiency matters more than pain. Smart effort protects energy and motivation. Hard work also needs boundaries to remain healthy. Without boundaries, work expands and consumes life. This creates imbalance and emotional exhaustion. Exhaustion slowly destroys consistency. Successful people protect time for rest and recovery. They understand that recovery supports performance. Performance without recovery leads to burnout. Burnout stops progress completely. People who struggle often ignore warning signs. They push through fatigue and stress. They believe stopping means weakness. But ignoring limits creates collapse later. Another difference is how people view learning. Successful people learn continuously from small experiences. They treat every attempt as information. Information improves future effort. Others repeat actions without learning. Repetition without learning creates stagnation. Stagnation feels like working hard without reward. Rewardless effort leads to quitting. Hard work also requires emotional patience. Progress often arrives slowly and quietly. Impatience creates pressure and disappointment. Pressure reduces clarity and focus. Successful people stay calm during slow phases. They trust the process without constant proof. This trust keeps effort stable. Stable effort produces long-term results. People who struggle need fast confirmation. When confirmation is missing, doubt grows. Doubt weakens action. Weak action slows progress further. Another key difference is decision ownership. Successful people own their decisions fully. They do not wait for perfect conditions. They adjust after acting. Others wait too long to decide. They overthink instead of moving forward. Overthinking feels safe, but creates delay. Delay steals momentum silently. As these patterns repeat daily, they slowly shape very different outcomes. One path becomes clearer with time. The other feels heavy and confusing. Hard work begins to pay off only when it is guided. Guidance comes from awareness, patience, and adjustment. Effort alone is not enough. Effort with direction changes everything. As we stay with this topic longer, the idea becomes clearer and more practical. Hard work needs direction, but direction also needs clarity and honesty. Clarity comes when people slow down and observe their real daily behavior. Without observation, effort becomes automatic and unconscious. Successful people develop awareness of how they spend their energy. They notice which actions create results and which actions only create stress. This awareness helps them remove what is unnecessary. Removing unnecessary effort creates space for real progress. People who struggle often confuse effort with sacrifice. They believe suffering proves they are doing the right thing. But suffering without improvement creates emotional exhaustion. Exhaustion slowly turns into frustration and loss of hope. Another important difference is how people deal with uncertainty. Successful people accept that uncertainty is part of growth. They continue working even when outcomes are unclear. This acceptance allows movement without constant fear. Others need certainty before they feel safe enough to act. They wait for perfect plans and guarantees. While waiting, opportunities pass quietly. Time moves forward even when people hesitate. Hard work also depends on the ability to prioritize. Not everything deserves the same level of effort. Successful people choose what truly matters. This choice gives their effort strength and focus. People who struggle often treat everything as urgent. Urgency creates pressure and emotional noise. Noise blocks clear thinking and smart decisions. Without clarity, effort becomes scattered. Another difference is how people respond to slow progress. Successful people expect slow progress in the beginning. They stay calm when improvement is invisible. This calm protects motivation over long periods. Others expect quick change from strong effort. When change does not appear, disappointment arrives. Disappointment weakens discipline. Without discipline, consistency disappears. Hard work also requires learning how to say no. Saying no protects time and mental energy. Successful people understand that focus requires boundaries. Boundaries keep effort aligned with goals. People who struggle often say yes too easily. They want to please others or avoid conflict. This behavior drains energy and attention. Drained energy cannot support growth. Another important difference is how people manage failure emotionally. Successful people allow failure without losing self-respect. They separate mistakes from identity. This separation keeps confidence stable. Others connect failure to personal worth. They feel ashamed or discouraged deeply. This emotional pain reduces action. Reduced action slows improvement further. Hard work becomes effective when combined with reflection. Reflection turns experience into learning. Learning improves future decisions. Better decisions improve results. Without reflection, people repeat the same effort. Repeating without learning creates stagnation. Stagnation feels like being trapped despite effort. This feeling often leads to quitting. Successful people also understand the value of patience with themselves. They do not expect immediate transformation. They allow growth to happen naturally. This patience creates emotional balance. People who struggle push themselves with unrealistic expectations. They demand fast success. When reality moves slower, disappointment grows. Disappointment weakens long-term commitment. Another difference appears in how people define productivity. Successful people define productivity as progress toward goals. They value effectiveness over busyness. This definition changes how they use time. Others define productivity as constant activity. They feel guilty when resting or slowing down. This guilt creates burnout. Burnout destroys consistency. Hard work also requires emotional maturity. Emotional maturity allows calm responses to difficulty. Calm responses lead to better choices. Better choices support long-term progress. People who struggle react emotionally to challenges. They feel overwhelmed quickly. This reaction drains energy. Without energy, effort becomes weak. As these patterns repeat day after day, they shape very different outcomes over time. One path becomes clearer and more stable. The other becomes heavier and more confusing. Hard work alone cannot create success. Hard work needs awareness, patience, and direction. When these elements work together, effort becomes powerful. And this understanding continues to deepen as we move forward. As we stay with this topic even longer, the picture becomes clearer and more realistic. Hard work is everywhere, but real progress is much rarer than effort itself. Many people are tired, not because they are lazy, but because they are misdirected. They give energy every day, but they do not receive results that match that energy. Successful people learn to ask better questions about their work. They do not only ask how hard they worked today. They ask whether today's effort moved them closer to their goal. This question changes behavior slowly and deeply. People who struggle often avoid this question. It feels uncomfortable to admit that effort was not effective. So they repeat the same actions again and again. Repetition without awareness creates frustration, not mastery. Another important difference is how people treat learning. Successful people see learning as part of daily work. They learn from success, failure, and confusion equally. Every experience becomes information for improvement. Others separate learning from action. They work without reflecting, or they learn without applying. This separation weakens progress. Hard work also needs emotional honesty. Successful people admit when something is not working. They do not hide behind pride or habit. Honesty allows change to happen. People who struggle protect old habits emotionally. They stay loyal to methods that no longer serve them. Change feels risky, even when staying the same hurts. Fear of change keeps effort stuck. Another difference appears in how people manage expectations. Successful people expect progress to be slow and uneven. They accept good days and bad days calmly. This acceptance protects long-term consistency. Others expect steady improvement every day. When progress slows, they feel discouraged. Discouragement weakens discipline. Weak discipline breaks routines. Hard work becomes powerful only when combined with patience. Patience allows effort to grow roots. Without patience, effort stays shallow. Shallow effort dries out quickly. Successful people stay committed during quiet periods. They continue when nobody notices their work. They work when results feel far away. This quiet commitment builds strong foundations. People who struggle often need recognition. They need encouragement to continue. When recognition is missing, motivation disappears. Depending on external validation makes effort fragile. Another key difference is control of attention. Successful people protect their attention carefully. They avoid constant distraction. Focused attention multiplies effort naturally. Others allow attention to be scattered everywhere. They check many things at once. This creates mental fatigue. Fatigue reduces quality of work. Hard work also requires knowing when to stop pushing. Successful people listen to warning signs of exhaustion. They rest before burnout arrives. Rest allows effort to remain sustainable. People who struggle ignore these signs. They push through pain and stress. Eventually, energy collapses. Collapsed energy forces stopping completely. Another difference is how people respond to discomfort. Successful people accept discomfort as part of growth. They do not see discomfort as danger. They move forward while feeling uncomfortable. Others see discomfort as a signal to stop. They return to comfort quickly. Comfort feels safe in the moment. But comfort limits growth quietly. Hard work also depends on long-term vision. Successful people think in years, not weeks. They allow time to do its work. This perspective reduces pressure. People who struggle think short-term. They want fast proof. When proof is missing, doubt grows. Doubt weakens effort. Another important difference is self-trust. Successful people build trust with themselves slowly. They keep small promises daily. Self-trust strengthens confidence naturally. Others break promises to themselves often. They delay, excuse, and restart. Over time, self-trust disappears. Without self-trust, effort feels pointless. Hard work also needs meaning to stay alive. When effort connects to purpose, it feels lighter. Purpose gives strength during hard days. Without purpose, effort becomes heavy. People who struggle often forget why they started. They focus only on effort and fatigue. Fatigue without meaning leads to quitting. Meaning keeps effort alive. As these patterns repeat quietly every day, they create very different lives over time. One life moves forward slowly but steadily. The other stays busy but stuck. From the outside, the difference looks small. From the inside, the difference is everything. Hard work alone is not enough. Hard work guided by awareness, patience, and direction changes everything. And as we stay with this understanding, the journey continues naturally, without needing a clear ending.